I knew coming in I was gonna have to do really good on my prereqs to be competitive. Create what you want to create, because at the end of the day, you're on the internet and you have to be happy with what you posted. And even like women's mental health, like stuff like that, I've always that's been always in the back of my mind as a possibility for a specialty. When you're not just in the business of, okay, I just want to like put content out there, it's hard to like grow. Hi y'all, so as y'all can tell by today's title and thumbnail, I'm gonna be doing my makeup and chatting some more because I have a lot of stuff to say and I like to do my makeup while I say it. So that's what we're about to do again today. Like I said, for those reasons and for other reasons that I will talk about later in the video, but we're doing another chit chat. Get ready with me. We're about to do my makeup. I'm actually gonna try some different techniques today, and I also have newer products that I'm using, so I'm gonna kind of be showing y'all also the things I'm using, the new stuff I'm using, but also like chatting with, you know, what I want to chat about. Y'all can see probably I'm in a different place. As y'all can see, we are not at the apartment, we're not in Tuscaloosa, we're home for the summer, so we are in different settings, but not to be worried, still the same me, still the same content, all of that, of course. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are excited for the video. I'm very excited because I just love makeup and I love using new things, so I'm very ready to do that. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna prep my face. I already did skincare, all of that, so we're gonna prep my face while I chat with y'all about what I gotta chat with y'all about. We're using two primers today. We're using this e.l.f. poreless primer, and then we're using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip primer. As y'all can tell, that Milk primer is newer. I bought the tester recently and I've used it every time I've done my makeup and I really like it. I feel like it makes my makeup look really good. And I also really like the e.l.f. primer because I feel like it's very like, I don't know. I feel like it's very, it makes your skin feel like silk. Like it's very sleek. It makes your skin very silky and I feel like it's the perfect combo. So we're gonna see how they react with each other. This is my first time using them together. It is currently, it's Wednesday, y'all. I start a new job on Monday. Well, I don't actually start. We start orientation on Monday, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm like very nervous. It's not like a regular job. I told y'all, but I mentioned before, it's kind of like an internship slash job. I'll actually basically be a teacher, and I'm a little scared because number one, I'm teaching middle schoolers, so that's like, middle schoolers can sometimes be a little mean. Not to, of course all middle schoolers aren't, but I know how me and my friends and like my school, I know how we acted in middle school and we were kind of bad. So I'm kind of like not even worried really about the teaching part of it, because of course, you know, it's less, like I'm in college, so obviously the curriculum to me isn't as complicated. I'm not really nervous about the lesson plans really. I'm more so nervous about the actual social aspect and like bonding with the kids and like any, hopefully not many behavioral issues will be going on, because I don't know. I don't really know how to deal with that. But I feel like the program I'm working for, I feel like there's a lot of support, even with onboarding. Like none of us have even seen each other in person, and we've had so much support and help, and like literally any question you have, you can email one person and they'll have you an answer, or they find you somebody with the answer. They have people you like. It's a lot of guidance throughout the process, so I'm not too worried to where I'm like, oh my god, like I'm super nervous and I don't know what to do. But I am a little like, we're gonna use, y'all, this is my holy grail. Y'all know I love her. Y'all know, oh my god, y'all know I love her down. Love her down. I am looking to get a new, I'm not really looking to replace my foundation, but I do want to replace my concealer soon. I heard the House Labs concealer is really good. Even it's a little more pricey, but you know, I'm at the point in my makeup journey where I've tried almost every freaking drugstore product to exist, and it's like, okay, like, you want to start trying more things, you're gonna have to start getting into pricey territory. So I'm not like upset that they're a little more expensive, but I'm like, it's kind of, I can't just get up and go buy it. Like, it's something I'm saving for now. But besides the point, what I was talking about, job, a little bit nervous, but like I said, I feel very supported, and that's telling because of the fact that we literally, none of my other, you know, fellows and co-workers, or any co-workers, I guess you could call them, none of us haven't met any of our superiors in person, but it already feels so supportive. So like, I'm not too nervous, but I am just still nervous because, you know, working with kids, like, that's scary. Like, you don't know, like, you don't always know what to say, you don't always know what to do. And then it's like, especially working with kids unattended, like, I'm literally going to be the one in control of the classroom. I'm not like new to classroom environments, but I am new to being in control of a classroom environment. That's a little scary, but we got it. We're gonna do it. We were chosen for a reason, so I'm not too scared, but I'm still like slightly, just a little scared, but that's okay. Speaking of new things, y'all know I just turned in my application recently for the nursing program for upper division because I'm done with all my prereqs. So we're, you know, it's time to go to nursing school. And I don't want to sound cocky, but I think I'm in, guys. Like, because I obviously talked with my advisors, and I was notified of my requirements and eligibility and what I need to do to be a competitive student for upper division. I was notified of that very early on, so I made sure. I knew coming in I was gonna have to do really good on my prereqs to be competitive, and I have, you know, all my stats look very good. They're up to par, and not just up to par like eligibility wise, but up to par like, okay, you're not just eligible, but you're above that to the point where you look very competitive as well. But I don't want to speak too soon, you know what I mean? But I think I got it. And I was actually thinking about declaring a minor. I know that's bold of me to say halfway through college, but y'all probably like, are you kidding me? I was actually thinking about declaring a minor because let me explain myself. Let me explain myself. Kind of always thought about declaring a minor, but I just kind of was like, I don't know, like, I feel like a lot of my classes, especially number one with the nursing course load on its own, I already kind of had a lot of classes, I had a lot to do, and not just recently, but I've always been interested in psychology. I actually, before I decided to do nursing, I was interested in being a psychologist. But I'm sorry, I do love to learn, don't get me wrong, but 12 years before I can even really start working, I was just like, no. Y'all know how I am. I'm fast. Like, that wasn't gonna cut it for me. So I just kind of was like, I'm not gonna worry about it. And especially once I got really into my course load and lower division things, I kind of was just like, we're not worried about that right now. But more recently, I've kind of been back on my psychology kick, especially with all of the things going on now with all of these people who are doing terrible things, specifically men, and going to court. Y'all, I've been reading so many court transcripts and just like reading like people psychoanalyzing people when it comes to certain cases and stuff like that. And I'm just like, this is so interesting to me. And like I said, it always has been, but I'm really in that mode. And I'm like just looking more and more into it. And I kind of genuinely am interested in doing a psych minor. And on my degree works, I actually kind of looked to see, because I'm pretty sure most colleges have this, but on our like degree works, it's like a what if tab. And basically like, you know, what if you change your major to this? Like if you're a certain major, whatever, if you're thinking about changing your major, declaring a minor, changing your minor, whatever the case may be, it's kind of a tab where you can like add that. Like you can, you know, compared to what you're doing now, you can put what if, you know, you change to whatever, and it'll show you, you know, how far away from graduation you'll be then, how many extra credits you may need to take, whatever. And I was looking over that, and if I wanted to declare a psych minor, I would only need 12 more credits, because as far as the nursing prereqs, I took intro to psychology already, and I also took this, it's not really a psychology class, but the math required for psychology is under the psychology abbreviation, and it's called elemental statistical methods. And I took that class already, and I took intro to psych, and those are 2 of the prereqs for a minor in psychology, and I would only need to take 4 more classes. That's really something I'm thinking about genuinely now. Of course, I'm not just gonna go do it on my own. Once I figure out everything, once I get my decision from nursing and I figure all of those things out, I'll probably sit down with my advisor and kind of ask her what she thinks about it, and if she thinks it's a good idea, and if I'm able to actually fit all of those requirements in and not be super overwhelmed on top of nursing school. So I'll probably definitely ask her if she thinks it's a good idea, because I'm very interested in it. Like I said, I've always liked psychology, and I even thought of it as a career. And even of course, you can't just go work as a freaking psychiatrist or anything with a minor. I've always been the type of person, you have no limits to life. If you wake up one day and you're okay, I'm done with this career, I want to go back to school and do another one, nobody's stopping you from doing that. You can do that. And I never put myself in the box of oh, but you can't do that though. I know I can do that. So even though a minor in psych, it's not gonna give me a real psychiatric job or anything, I do feel having that minor, especially because I've always thought about specializing in psychiatric or mental health nursing and stuff like that, and even women's mental health, stuff like that. I've always that's been always in the back of my mind as a possibility for a specialty. Number one, I just enjoy psych, so I would just like to have some type of education in it, but also it would help if I do decide to go down that mental health specialty path. I'll already have a little bit of background knowledge, and it may even bump me up a little or give me a little leeway, or just a little okay, when I'm trying to get accepted to certain things, it may give okay, she already actually has that minor, so it'll look really good for me. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, because I might talk to my advisor and she might be no, that's a terrible idea, that's gonna put you off track, and blah blah blah, and I'll probably be okay, you're right, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna, if it's gonna throw me that off, no. But if it won't be that much of a problem, I genuinely am considering it big time. So might be declaring a minor soon. But yeah, and then y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of in not a bad spot, but when it comes to content, I feel I've been kind of stuck. Not that, because number one, I love all the content that I put out. I make it a point to not put anything out that I don't really like, that I don't really love, that I'm not proud of. But I feel recently I've taken into account very much that there's a difference between there's a difference between creating content versus just doing YouTube, or just doing TikTok, or just filming something and posting it. It's a difference between when you actually want to be a curator of content, you really want to truly create, and you don't want to just throw stuff out on the internet for because you want views, or because you want to get yourself in the algorithm, and you want to don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that, and if that's what you want to do, by all means, you know what I mean. But I want to create content. I don't want to just film, throw it out, and whatever. I want to actually film, put my time into it, make it into something I really, really love. And I'm noticing that there's a difference, and because of that, y'all probably have noticed, I haven't been posting as often. I used to try to post at least once a week, sometimes twice, but now I'm kind of back on a once every other week, once a week type vibe, because like I said, I've just noticed, like, it's a difference between creating content and just doing YouTube or just doing whatever. And I don't want to just do it. I want to create. I want to have a place where I'm, you know, outletting, a place to outlet all my creativity and all the ideas I have and all of the, you know, content I want to curate and the things I want to share with, you know, people who may relate to me. Like, I'm serious about that, and I don't want to just, you know, put anything on the internet. Sometimes when you're not just in the business of, okay, I just want to like put content out there, it's hard to like grow, because that is, don't get me wrong, like I said, by any means, if that's your vibe, do that, because that is how social media works. That is how things work. Like, you get yourself in the algorithm. The more often you post, you get yourself, you know, the more, it's like a lottery. The more you post, the more you get on people's pages, the more you get on people's explore, the more you get on people For You page, the more you, like, that's literally how social media works. So that's why I said, by all means, like, I'm not judging anybody, like, if that's their vibe. And also, I also have to realize I'm in school. Like, I'm a student. I work when I'm not in school. I do things, like, I literally don't have time to, some people, they can put out quality, like, they create content, they're curators of content, and they can do it super often. They can produce a lot of it because, you know, they may not be in school, or because they are a full-time content creator. Like, they don't do anything else, and I love that for them. But I've had to tell myself, babe, that's just not you. That's not your situation. That is not your case. And I've kind of been like really hard on myself about like, oh, you're not posting enough, you're not doing this enough. But it's like, I would rather not post enough, or I would rather post like not as often, and it be content that I truly love and that I'm truly like into, and that I truly feel like I reached somebody, I helped somebody relate, I made someone feel not alone. Even if that's one person, like, I take that serious. So I would rather post not as often and I'm making content I love versus posting all the time and I'm kind of watching the content back and I'm like, girl, what is this, you know? Y'all, I have to get a pressed powder, like, so quickly. Everybody has been talking about the freaking, like, doing the pressed powder before you do your loose powder and how it helps prevent the under eye creases and stuff. And I have to get on it. See, I do my liquid blush obviously before I do my powder blush. I feel like after I put on my setting powder and I do my powder blush, it just goes so, y'all see that? Like, it just goes so seamlessly. I haven't done my lashes in a while, and it's not because I don't want to, it's just because I've literally been sitting in the house and I don't want to waste lash clusters because I'm just doing my lashes just to sit in the house for a week. Like, you know, it's like I'm not going anywhere. But I probably will do them when I start my job, just because, like, you know, I want to be done up, I want to be cute. When you look good, you feel good. And not saying I don't look good like this, because no lashes, no makeup, none of that, I still look good. But, you know, when you do your little pampering, all of that, especially going into a new place, it just make you feel good. Like, you walk in there more confident, you know what I mean? So I probably would do my lashes before I start my new job. But girl, the way lashes ain't seen no glue in so long, I ain't even been putting on like strips. I ain't even, because it's like, where am I going? But yeah, Titi been struggling a bit to kind of just find her niche and figure out, you know, like what type of content I really want to focus on. Because I know, like, your channel tends to do better when, you know, you kind of have that one niche and you gather your big audience from that, you know, content, versus like kind of just jumping around to different niches. And then it's like the people who came to watch you for your vlogs is like, now they're seeing gaming content, they're like, girl, what? The people who came for your beauty content, they seeing vlogs and they're like, what? I thought we was like, and then they don't watch it, you know what I mean? So your engagement kind of just goes up and down when you do stuff like that. So I've been trying to like stick with the beauty lifestyle type vibe, but sometimes it's like really F the views, and it's like, just create what you want to create, because at the end of the day, you're on the internet and you have to be happy with what you've posted. So like, at the end of the day, yes, create what you want to create, But I do know there's a method to the madness, so don't get me wrong. I do still try to like learn that method to the madness, but also just staying true to me. It's been a balancing act, but we're learning. And especially like I said, I haven't been doing this for that long, so it's like we'll learn, we'll get there, we'll figure out what's really eating, what's not, you know, whatever, but we'll get there. Oh my god, okay, let me update y'all about this wig. This is the wig I put on in my last video, and so it's been how long since I put it on? So a week and 3 days ago I put this wig on, and it's been pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it does get tangled, but obviously it's a kinky, curly, poofy wig, like it's gonna get tangled. But usually I just take like a little bit of mousse and some water and I just section it. Like I've done it since I've had it in for a week and a half, so I've done it twice. I've done that twice with the mousse and water and just like brushing it, detangling it. So probably, I guess you could say every 4 to 5 days. Like I said, to me and to people who wear wigs often, you could probably tell, but most people are like, oh, is that your hair? And I'm like, no, it's not, but it is though, because I bought it. But I can't say she's been doing pretty good. I like this wig. I feel like this is gonna be one of them wigs where I don't know what to do with my head. I just throw my hair in a slick back ponytail and just throw this on top of my head. That's really what it was meant for. But she's really cute and I really like her. Let me give y'all a little 360. Yeah, so like I said, every like 4 to 5 wears I've had to like detangle it, but it take me like 20 minutes and I can throw it back on and go out the door. So okay, look, combo is done. Let me show y'all the finished look in better lighting. But yeah, this is the finished look. I think she's cute. She's really cute. Like I said, we're still, you know, trying different routines, trying different things, trying to see what we like and what we don't. So of course we'll improve more and more, but this is her. She's so cute. If y'all have questions about any of the products I used, or if y'all just want to chat in the comments, let me know. I'm always telling y'all what's going on in my life. Y'all tell me what's going on in y'all's, if y'all would like, in the comments. And yes, I really enjoyed filming. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one.